Hi, Charles SirBookSage here. It is Friday, December 11th, 2020, and welcome to my Friday Reads. So, I just finished up the last part of my October reading project the other day. I didn't get to every single thing I originally had on my TBR, but I did get to most of it, and it was a wonderful reading experience, and I'm definitely going to be doing that again next October. But I'm going to be filming an October wrap-up video just after this, to kind of go over my thoughts on everything I did read. Some really, really good stuff. But this is a Friday Reads video, and in this video, it's what I'm actually going to be reading now that I'm done with my October reads. Because I actually didn't read anything this past 2 months except for Nnedi Okorafor works. So it's time to get back into the swing of other things that I've been reading. For those who may not be aware, I started reading 4 series that I've never read before. 4 very long series. The Malazan Book of the Fallen, the main series and the side series. I'm reading them kind of in a combined reading order. The Vorkosigan Saga, the Honor Harrington series, and the the Dresden Files. And I've read the first 5 Vorkosigan books. I actually have a first impressions video about my thoughts on that series after finishing the first 5 books. And I've also since finished the first 5 books of Honor Harrington, and I've filmed but not yet uploaded my first impressions of that series so far. So that video's, I don't know if it's going to be here in December or an early January video, but that's already in the can and ready to go. And I've read the first 4 Malazan books. So I think the next 2 weeks I'm going to actually read books 2, 3, and 4. Oh no, books 3, 4, and 5 of the Dresden Files, because I've read the first 2 books. Really, really enjoyed them. So this way I can get up to book 5 of Dresden and then also record my first impressions. So to kind of continue that video series I started with Vorkosigan. So I think I'm going to do that over the next 2 weeks, because my final read of the year is going to be Into the Gloaming, I think, by Kirsty Logan. I began the year reading her novel, The Gracekeepers, and I knew back then that I was going to cap off the year with Into the Gloaming. So basically bookending 2020 with one of her books. And that's just going to be like the last few days of the year. I'm going to read that. So I pretty much have like 2 solid weeks of available reading time. So I think I'm going to do those 3 Dresden books, 3, 4, and 5. I'm really liking that series so far. Depends upon how quick I might blow right through these 3 books really fast. I don't know. But I'm giving myself a 2-week block to read those 3 books. Odds are I'm probably going to finish those 3 books well before the 2 weeks is over, which gives me time to dive into a few other things. Because besides these 4 big series, there's so many other books I have on my just to-read list that I want to get to. A lot of like standalones and stuff. But I'm also eager to really get back into the swing of thing with these 4 series, because I do want to finish them. And because I've got a few other series in 2021 that I'm really eager to finally get to. And 1 or 2 of those is pretty substantial as well. So yeah, it's a lot. But that's the life of, I guess, a fantasy and sci-fi reader. It's part of reading those genres, is you can dive into a story and spend a long time there. But besides Dresden, actually, after I finish my October video, there's a couple of chapters in the Fellowship of the Ring that I'm going to reread, because there's a video I want to make about these particular chapters. Chapters that are kind of overlooked by a lot of people, but to me are some of the most important chapters, definitely in the Fellowship book, and I think in the overall Lord of the Rings story, and just in terms of the history of Middle-earth. They're really critical chapters, at least in my opinion. So I'm going to reread those and just start planning out that video. I don't think I'm going to film that video this weekend. It's going to probably take me a few rereads to really go through and formulate my thoughts on it. But that's also a little preview for 2021, even though I'm probably going to sit down and make a 2021 reading goals video. But I do want to incorporate Tolkien into my channel here. I mean, that was one of my original plans from the beginning, was to do that, and I realized, other than one tiny little book snippet where I read a little passage from The Past of the Dead, I haven't done any Tolkien, and he's my hands down, far and away my favorite author. So I guess just to wrap this up here, our October reading experience was wonderful. I'm going to be filming that video next, so look for that either tomorrow or Sunday. And diving back into Dresden to start making some headway there, because I need to catch up to the other 3 series with that one so I can be kind of in the same place with all 3, because they're similar in lengths. So, but anyway, that should do it here. I am Charles with SirBookSage. Happy reading.